Whether you're an admirer of the animation medium, a Star Trek fan, or, like me, both, I have to recommend you watch Star Trek Prodigy. The series is to be celebrated not only for the beautiful work of art that it is, but for how it was believed to have been lost but was then saved and allowed to continue its brilliant story. First, the history of the show's development, both the ups and downs of it. The main pitch was to make, for the first time in the franchise's 50-plus year history, a Star Trek series aimed at younger audiences. Star Trek Prodigy was then greenlit for 2 seasons on Paramount+, the streaming service which at the time hosted all Star Trek series and films. After Season 1 had been on the platform for some time and while Season 2 was being made, Paramount canceled the series and eventually removed it from Paramount+. However, the show's creative team did not give up, continuing work on Season 2 and seeking out a new streaming service to host the series. Netflix then picked up Prodigy, and its premiere on the platform did numbers in multiple countries. So, what is there to appreciate about the show besides it being animated and Star Trek? As I mentioned before, Prodigy is aimed at younger audiences, but like all the best of such series, it is made in such a way that viewers of all ages can thoroughly enjoy it and get something out of watching it. Star Trek has featured characters who are kids before, but not in a way that makes those characters the central focus of the story. Prodigy honestly reminds me a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender and how it incorporates some more serious and mature narratives, yet presents them in a way that is understandable and digestible for younger viewers, and how it features substantial character development. If you've been looking for another show that has those qualities like Avatar, this just might be the series for you. Although Star Trek has previously had 2 animated series, Prodigy is the first one to be 3D animated as opposed to 2D. The visuals are absolutely stunning, right up there with all the best modern 3D animated shows and movies. And the medium of animation is taken advantage of to feature certain elements that would not be as easy to depict in live action using practical effects or CGI. The voice acting is also impressive, and the entire cast delivers in their respective roles. It's also significant how Prodigy can appeal to both longtime Trekkies and people who are brand new to the franchise. The series features some legacy characters, specifically from Voyager, yet at the same time the main cast of characters is being first introduced to Starfleet just as new audience members are when watching for the first time. Along with the main characters being kids, this makes them relatable to kid audiences. There's plenty more to be praised about Star Trek Prodigy's narrative. Like any edition of Star Trek should, it presents Starfleet as being imperfect and their actions sometimes having unintended consequences, yet its ideals and what it strives to do as worth defending. Prodigy has strong themes of connecting with others, finding a sense of belonging, and not judging others by their appearance or where they come from. Season 1 contains an overall plot, yet also features some episodic stories, striking a perfect balance between the two. Knowledge of the events of Star Trek Voyager provides some context, but is not strictly necessary. The show did just a couple of small things that I didn't like. The first was at one point feature holograms of certain characters whose original actors are now deceased and using archival voice lines for those characters. I fully expected Ethan Peck's voice from the Spock hologram and was a bit shocked to instead hear Leonard Nimoy. It just felt a bit uncomfortable and out of place to me, even though the intention was to honor those individuals. There is also a romance between 2 characters that seems a bit forced. Those are my only criticisms for Star Trek Prodigy that I can come up with, though. Everything else about it is a positive, in my opinion. When Paramount initially canceled Star Trek Prodigy, there were legitimate fears that it would end up like Infinity Train or Final Space, with no means of streaming it apart from piracy. This time, though, We got a happy resolution. I genuinely hope that Prodigy isn't taken less seriously than other Star Trek series just because it's animated and accessible to younger audiences. Its connection to Voyager will hopefully bring in more legacy Trek viewers. Honestly, Prodigy being moved to Netflix may end up helping it in the long run, since Netflix is a more popular and widespread streaming service than Paramount Plus anyway. I bet with how well it's already doing on there, Paramount regrets cutting it from their platform, just like Disney Channel probably regretted canceling The Owl House when all the Season 3 episodes got millions of views on YouTube. What I'm saying is, Star Trek Prodigy deserves your viewership, whether you're already into Trek or not. It's a quick 20 episodes so far, and if you're like me, you'll be hooked enough to breeze through them pretty quickly. This series is a culmination of everything that's good about Star Trek, and I couldn't be happier that it's getting its well-deserved second chance at life. If you have seen Star Trek Prodigy, what do you think of it? Do you agree with my opinions on it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. I've got more planned for other Star Trek series, so if that interests you, I suggest you subscribe. Live long and prosper, and I'll see you next time.